That's gonna fucking... Stop! If that keeps happening, I'm gonna unplug that. Hello, somebody. Vivi. Ooh, video games time. Indeed. Give me a second to... I don't remember how to do this. Stream announcement. There it is. This feels weird. Putting it in again when I'm literally the last person who did it. But whatever. We do the thing. Okay, hold on. Give me one more place. Holy macaroni, computer. Don't do that. Maybe this one? Okay. Well, no, we're not going to put a lot of effort into that. Effort is hard. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. At some point I might pay for the ding bot so we have more auto-announce slots. That's... That or I'll get around to asking Toki to write a custom bot. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. No rush on my end as usual. Alright, let's go. So we are... Right. We're wandering around the end of time at the moment. This does nothing? Yeah, it does nothing currently. So what we want... I think we came here through the middle? Yeah. So the other two we have are go to 65 million BC or go home. But it's not just home. This is actually the next route to take. We want to go this way. Also, hey, Matt. So, you can't really do anything in 65 million BC right now. You don't even get Ayla. Like, her appearing to join your party doesn't even happen yet. We have to have a reason to go to 65 million BC, then the plot happens. What do you think you are, coming going from someone else's wardrobe at all hours of night and day? You folks came out of my wardrobe, didn't you? What are you doing in here? Actually kind of makes me wonder if that's supposed to be a little, Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe kind of reference. Wait a minute. Medina is a village of fiends founded by our ancestors when they lost their war against humankind 400 years ago. Most of the townsfolk still have a grudge against humans, so be careful. There's an odd old human who lives near a cave in the mountains to the west. He may be able to help you. Why are you being so nice? I thought fiends weren't supposed to get along with humans. It's been 400 years since man warred against fiend. There's no use living in the past. Of course, not many other fiends seem to agree with that. Uh-oh. I was going to say something, and I completely lost it. Oh, yeah, no. I like this. You won't get attacked or anything while you're here in Medina, but if you go to the shop... I love this. That's the inn. I guess the inn does it too, but the market's a better example. If we go to the market... I got nothing to sell to humans. Get out of here. If we plead... Teach him a lesson, boss. We get in a fight. It's not really a fight. There's not going to be much of a fight. Miss. Yeah. They have, the jailer looks all big and imposing, but, their stats are basically nothing. It's really cute. Aww. I kind of hate that he actually seems to die, but... Learned Antipode Bomb Dual Tech. Fuck yeah. They beat you, boss? Monsters! If we talk to... Alright, I'll sell. But now if we look at the prices... A potion costs 2,200 gold. I love it. Like, a high potion is 22,000. It is comical. Yeah, like... He does sell a better weapon than we have for Chrono, technically. Because he sells his on motto, but it's 65,000 money. Like... Yeah, none of this is worth it. It's, and he just says, huh, you think I'm gonna charge a human the going rate? Yeah. If we go to Medina Square, it's that creepy chanting. It's the fiends worshipping Magus, the Fiend Lord. I don't think you get into a fight here or anything. But if Lavos can be reawakened, there'll be... Now, here's a funny thing. We don't know. If you were playing the game for the first time, you wouldn't know what Lavos is right now. Though I do wonder if maybe that was an accident. And we weren't supposed to, like, really know that name yet. Because Lavos is the name of the big, the big parasitic demon villain thing of the game. The thing that will destroy the world in 1999. But we find out in 65 million BC what the name is. Oh, no, wait, no, we do know the name. I'm an idiot. Because it's called the Day of Lavos on the computer, right? We learn in 65 million BC that Ayla named it. That's what it was. Sorry, I was getting my shit backwards there. I was getting my when we learned things backwards. Oops. Mid-ether. Yeah, and we can't get up here. Yeah. Something happens later. I don't remember what. The Millennium Bug confirmed, yeah. Well, I always did, even as a kid, I was like, oh, 1999, the Day of Lavos is meant to be like the last day of 1999, because that, the turn of the century, the turn of the millennium being a doomsday prediction was like a super common, myth. Hell, I even remember when it became the year 2000. I remember in 1999, there was legitimately, even around here, which is a fairly progressive, which has always been a relatively, like, forward part of the country, there was a lot of, like, not major, but, like, noticeable, people flying end of the world belief bullshit and painting on the walls and all that kind of thing. And it was so funny to me because there was one particular one over in Redmond, which I was just there for. I bought the real great Pat Labor and some trading cards. I distinctly remember walking down this one street and seeing, like, the backside of a building in, like, kind of, because you could, like, kind of see between these two building strips, and it had some sort of, end of the world, doomsday, whatever stuff, like, spray painted on it pretty big. And, like, by the end of the year 2000, I remember walking back that same road one day and looking over and seeing how that wall had just been mostly ripped to shreds and covered up, and you couldn't see the the big doomsday graffiti on it anymore. And it was kind of like, it was one of those things that was like, yep. And we can buy a weapon from him. I don't think we can buy this on motto, but he does have the Crimson Blade. Let's see, she already has the Bandit's Bow. Plasma gun, that would be a good one. He has the hammer arm. Can we afford... We can afford both these things. It's not super necessary to get the Crimson Blade, I don't think. It does have titanium vests. That's pretty good. That's probably the smarter thing to buy, actually. So we'll do that. Equip Chrono and Luca. Sell anything we don't need. We had 3 iron suits to sell. Buy. Could I still afford 4,500? That put me down to 3. Nope. I'd have to, like, sell an old sword, I guess. I'm not going to worry about buying him the Crimson Blade. It won't really matter. Especially not for the next... Oh. I had a plasma gun from the place, and I forgot about it and never equipped it to her, so I just wasted money on a copy of the plasma gun for no fucking reason. Well... it does sell back for 1,600, so... I guess we could buy the Crimson Blade. Fuck it. I don't remember the last time last playthrough where I ever actually bought the Crimson Blade. Because for the most part, you don't need it. It does give a Magic +2 boost, so it's useful. Because the whole, like, gimmick of the next, place we're gonna go into... Does it do anything else? Okay. I don't think so. The gimmick here is... And I'm going to save before I go in, just in case. Fiendish folk. The gimmick in here is that the fiends are extremely resilient to melee combat, but very weak to magic. Of course, we literally just learned magic. So, of course, that's not really going to be an issue, as you can see. This is basically just the game's way of being like forcing you to use magic to see how it operates. Which is kind of funny, because it's not like it operates any differently than any other special tech. But, you know, it actually hurts these things because... Yeah. Because they're actually weak to it. I wonder if their antipode bomb can hit. Nope. None of those things are close enough, which kind of sucks. The problem, of course, with everything being weak to magic is that the whole fight in the cave is being done with MP. Now, fortunately, and something I really like about Chrono Trigger, something I really like about Chrono Trigger is that they kept the numbers low. It's like, you know, that aspect of one of the things people really like about the original Paper Mario games is that the damage values are quite low. Or all the numbers, right, are very small. But also, like, as a result, the small numbers are still very impactful. Your MP in this game caps out at 99. If I'm remembering correctly. Hey, is it? No, it's gotta be... Is it 90? Maybe it is just 99. I'm gonna double check when we hit a save point, but your HP caps out at 9,999. But I believe your MP caps out at 99. But, like, when you look at how much MP it actually costs to do things, particularly early in the game, and you realize, like, oh, yeah, your white mage, her basic healing spell costs 1 MP. That's it, right? It's kind of like, oh, that's, like... It's not just, you know, it's like, oh, it doesn't cost a lot to perform healing. That's nice. The game... Yeah, the game doesn't feel like a war of attrition with your fuck, what is the word? Your resource. It's not a war of resources. A lot of JRPGs, I think one of the things that can really put people off JRPGs is that a lot of them just feel like resource fighting. Which is why I've always, as much as I love Chrono Trigger, I've always preferred RPGs that have some kind of, like, they don't really use MP, or MP restores just by, like, hitting things, or it restores by walking around the world map, or, you know, things are done on more of a, you know, you do something to build a resource, and then you expend that resource to do the bigger things, systems. I always like those more, because instead of the game turning into just a resource fight of just, I win because I have the most potions and ethers to go through a dungeon, you know, you actually kind of have to think about it, right? And what's fun, and is one of the best things to steal in the entire game, is a gold earring? I'm curious. I wonder if the cave bats are actually also weak to magic. I mean, resilient to melee more so. Yes. That's a resounding yes. Yeah. So, I think that's one of the reasons that I didn't really understand when I was young. Which the Legend of Dragoon is very much one of those resource men. Yeah. I'll give Legend of Dragoon this. They have infinite use items, which in the context of a JRPG sounds insane. But when you stop and think about, like, you know, a little bit of reality, hammers don't break after, like, one use, right? Like, why is everything one use? You know? And you could even take that all the way down to, like, potions. Why do I always drink the entire bottle? Why can't I drink half a bottle of potion? You know, when I just have, like, a small wound. But yeah, Legend of Dragoon had, like, a good handful of infinitely reusable items, and they weren't bulk either. Like, they were team heals and things that made the enemy party go to sleep and shit like that, right? Like, they were legitimately incredibly useful. You still needed other stuff. If you tried relying entirely on those, like, you would still be struggling. And you don't get them super early in the game or anything like that, so you still have to play quite a lot of game without them. But, you know, I think one of the reasons why a lot of the, like, the prototypical Dragon Quest Final Fantasy stuff for a lot of people isn't enjoyable, and they say, like, oh, it's very grindy, and, like, you know what? Yeah, they're right. They are completely right. People are not wrong at all about that. Especially the old ones where the devs fully intended you to just have to do the occasional bit of grinding to raise your levels before fighting shit. Yeah, I did not understand how good magic items were until playing Legend of Dragoon as an adult. Oh, Jeebus. Yeah, let's give her that magic scarf. She is our white mage, quote unquote. I'm a little worried because I thought there was. Fortunately, you also, while you're in this place, you completely clean out the fights, which was nice of them. Chrono Trigger did so much player-friendly stuff. Damn. I have no idea if that's actually skippable, but I thought I'd give it a try. Here, let's watch a dual tech. Antipode bomb! Kind of funny because, like, I don't think the damage is really I mean, we know the damage wasn't necessary. It was just fun to hit 2 enemies with 1 spell. Ooh, gotta remember that one. I feel like that's the one I always forget. Oh yeah, we still got shelters. Alright, this should result in a boost fit. Although, if it's the fight I'm remembering... No, that's not till later. There's a funny thing, I was talking about that before with you, Vivi, where, like, the Wind Slash ability that Chrono learns has a weird property to stop energy. And it kind of matters during the Dragon Tank fight, but it really matters that you remember that during the Mazmune fight later in the game. Here, I'm curious. So that did 140. Somebody remember this really quick. 140, 142. So that's what, 282? In total. Yeah, 282. Let's see what Antipode Bomb does. Because if their 2 separate attacks do less than this, then it's actually meaningful to use the team up. So do we beat 282? Not really. 284. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that was... Oh, that sucked. Ow. Ow. Oops. A good thing the first dual tech we learned in the entire game was a group heal. When, like, dual combo stuff isn't any better than 2 characters just taking their turns separately. Games you can only revive the dead, but if your main character goes down, it's game over no matter what. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I do wonder how many games that's actually true in, because despite the jokes people make, Phoenix Downs do not revive the dead in Final Fantasy. That is not actually what's happening. Oh, shit. I need to heal. I did not notice how low Chrono was. Fuck. Oh, good. He started... Oh, man. Persona 3 5 become to mine instantly. That's fair. It is weird when that happens. I will say in something like Final Fantasy 13, at least they had a good excuse. Because you don't actually control the other characters directly ever in base 13. You only control Lightning, which, like, it doesn't make any sense that, like, they couldn't finish a fight even if she went down, right? But at least there's more of a, like, you are Lightning and that's it kind of, like, identity to the way the game plays. There we go. So there's a bit more sense as to why, like, when she goes down, you just game over immediately. If only Lord Magus had destroyed the human race 400 years ago when he first brought forth Lavos, the world would belong to us fiends now. I've only actually played Lightning Returns. I really loved Lightning Returns. I actually had a lot of fun with that game. 13.1 is a game that from what I can tell, like, it's just really different. And a lot of people just won't click with it, which is fine. You know, you don't have to like everything. Yeah, Lightning Returns is totally different. 13.2 is like 13, but you control the party a lot more, if I remember correctly. But Lightning Returns, the 13.3, is just, it's like, it feels more like a straight-up action RPG. It's not the same kind of game. I actually would recommend giving 13.3 a try, even if you didn't click with 13.1. And if you're wondering, wait, you didn't play 13.1 or 2, why did I play Lightning Returns? Literally? Oh, come on! I bought you this apple. Weird. It was because I literally was just... I was at home one day trying to figure out what to play, and, like, nothing was speaking to me. Nothing, and I was just like, you know what I'm actually in the mood for? I'm actually in the mood for a AAA title. Like, literally, I was just like, I want to play something that's, like, new with really good fidelity, you know, high production values. That's what I'm in the mood for. So I went over to Fred Meyer across the street, went to the electronics department and was just like, what's, like, the newest shit you just got in? And it was like, Shooter I don't care about, something else I don't care about, 13.3, and I was like, fuck it, give me Lightning Returns. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Just no clue. Yeah, okay. If we come back later, he'll also give her a new gun. Alright, first things first, let's go home. Chrono! Yeah. Got me so weird. They said you were to be executed. Like, yeah, oh man, almost forgot about that. Don't worry your mother like that. Yeah, we also can't go to... We can't go to the castle. for pretty obvious reasons. However, the actual reason I'm here... is... Well, there's a couple of reasons. The plot's going to get progressed from here at some point, but first thing I want to do is actually go here. And reuse this, because this will populate the end of time with more of these. Nope. Yeah, get the timers. Yeah, it's just it's very preferable, well, convenient to have all 9 of the portals in the end of time. That way you do less running around the world map itself. Same thing if we go here. Oop. This fight's not gonna last very long. Go over here. A bada bing, bada boom. There we go. That's all we can populate for. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, yeah, yes it is. That's the one. That's the other one I was thinking of. Was banger down. H, indeed. Let's see. What do I need to do next? Uh-oh. We want to go... Do we just want to go to 600 AD? Maybe that's it? Because we know... Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm getting a little off track here. Because now we know that in 600 AD, Magus, the Fiend Lord, tried summoning Lavos to help win the war against the humans. So what we want to do... Nope. This one? No? Oh, right. We just want to go to any 600 AD portal. Duh. This was probably the wrong one. It would have been faster if I used the other one. Whatever. Actually a little surprised with myself that I'm having such a hard time remembering where to go next. But I think it's just we're just gonna go see the royal family, and then we're gonna go find Frog. And then then the first thing we're gonna do after that is we're gonna take Frog to the end of time and have him learn water magic. I don't know what it is about the 600 AD music, but I really love it. The overworld theme, obviously. Okay, give me a second. I am going to unplug that fucking external drive. That shit was driving me crazy. More free shelters. Halt, who goes... Oh, it's you. I always love that. Oh, it's you. Lord Chrono, the great hero, has appeared from the very pages of legend. He arrived not long ago, then left to meet the king. Okay. I can't see the queen either. Weird. Oops. Okay, I think that's all we needed to know. Unless... Could we... I don't remember if we can get jerky from the kitchen master yet. Nope. Okay. Okay. I'd be more annoyed about having to re-go through Guardia Forest every time if it wasn't for these free shelters. So, wanna go... Oh, huh. Okay. Our provisions are depleted. Now the spice owner from the castle will starve at this rate. Okay, okay, thank you. Stop. Okay, now I think we can get the jerky. Which means I gotta get another shelter. I guess we should have just tried crossing Zenon Bridge first, but... Oh well. I remember the game very well, but not, like, literally every tiny, who you talk to first aspect of it, necessarily. Oops. What? My brother's larders are nearly empty? Huh. Serves him right, thinking you men with swords are the only ones protecting his kingdom. Enough of that. Are you never going to set aside your petty feud? You're grown men. Act like it. Mind your own business. What do you know of it anyway? Mumble, grumble, 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 grumble. If we try to leave now... Wait. Here he comes. Take this for the troops. Obtain spiced jerky. And this is for you. Here. Obtain the strength capsule. And you see that fool brother of mine. Tell him he'd better come back alive. But you know what? We're gonna... I was gonna say I was gonna use the strength capsule right now, but... I actually might give it to Frog instead. Oh, there's a funny concept. You can give the capsules to Robo, right? But like, that doesn't make sense. Feed the pills to the robot. Lord Chrono, what word? Give him the food? Yes. Food! He's brought us food! It was my brother? I see, he saved us all. Hold on. Let me just eat all the spiced jerky really quick. Okay. If I should not return alive. That's not really. Robots love drugs, it's known. This is known information. Boss fight! Max His troops have launched their attack. Our defenses will not hold. You are Knights of Guardia. Defend the honor of our order and drive the enemy back whence it came. But we are far outnumbered. This is our last line of defense. It must not break. Well, we'll go help. Yes, I mightn't. Oh, nice. You know, I can't remember if I knew about that. Let's see, 73, 60, 61. She can't actually wear it, so we're giving it to Chrono. And then we're immediately abandoning... No, not really. I'm just going to save the game here. Fortunately, the, like, insane physical defense the Fiends enjoyed in the cave is long since past. So we should be able to just... Jesus Christ. We should be able to just hit these guys. Although what's really funny... We could just hit Ozzy. Ozzy's spell is broken. I love that. Stronger than I thought. Let me through? Wait up already. Seems I misjudged you the first time, but I won't do that twice. This time I'll have a third skeleton while I stand around doing nothing. Yes, keep attacking the guy who has the highest defense. Ozzy's spell is broken. Drat. Hold on a second. The Skelly sprites are so good. Yeah, they are. That's it. This time you're finished. I mean it. Isn't it about time you gave up? Mess with Chrono and you'll be sorry. It's like, oh wait, there's a shitload of skeletons on that bridge, isn't there? Maybe I can do this. Go, Zombor, crush Lord Magus's enemies. Okay, I'm trying to remember... How did this fight work? Draw. Actually, there's an... Because these two things are so tightly packed, the Antipode Bomb will definitely always hit both of them. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Ah, yeah, see, some of that just healed the bottom. Was it the ice? Whoa! Oh, I forgot about that fucking attack. Holy macaroni and cheese. Woo! You know what? We're just gonna... Nice. gonna leave that up. What does fire do to his head? Zombor, this fight on the bridge is actually what's in the anime opening scene they added to the game in the PS1 version, which is also in this DS port. Yeah, let's just do single person healing so I can get my damage in. Oh shit. Well, I was going to heal her next anyway, so that's good. And we have a more powerful version of this guy as an optional super boss during the last, what I like to call the cul-de-sac of the game. That's bad. There's the reason you want to take the lower half out first, by the way. Because the top half will always counterattack with MP Buster when it dies. But now we're here. Market. Residence. Yeah, let's use the inn real fast. $50. I'm here to fight a war, lady. I'm here to fight a war. Did you know whirlwind energy will dissipate if it's hit with a wind slash? Nature has a way of balancing things. Like, that's the person who tells you about that ability of the wind slash, by the way. Like, why? Why? But burn their weapons and their pussycats. Yep. That's actually, I really love that this game does that too. There's fun little interactions you can do with enemies and such, with elements. Toma! Uh-huh. I may have misplaced my trust in that young man. He claims to be a great explorer, but was I right to believe him? Aussie Flea and Slash. I love that. Aussie Flea and Slash. Anything we want in the Marcote? I don't think so. Nope. My thanks for your no money. Ah. This will become important later. Also, don't mind me just stealing your shit. My husband Marco hasn't returned from the war, but we planted and tended these woods together, so I mean to do my best to protect them till the day he returns. Now here's Here's one of those little subtle things. In 1000 AD, so 400 years after this war, there's no forest there. There's nothing. When we get to that cul-de-sac at the end of the game that I was talking about, where we can go anywhere and do all like the optional bosses and stuff, that optional boss that's based off of Zombor that I was talking about is below. It's here, where her villa is. And when you succeed and beat that section and beat the Super Zombor, I don't know what it's called, but I'll just call it Super Zombor for now. You plant the seeds for the forest that Fiona wanted, and you leave Robo to tend the forest for 400 years. And you can just bop over to 1000 AD and pick them up out of a shrine in the middle of the now existent forest. Which is super cool. Love that. It's one of the most, like, visually obvious, like, you know, things that changed because of doing time travel stuff. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, it is. It's real nice. Oh, do you have anything? Oh, I saw that shiny on the floor. Ooh. Let's see. So everybody can wear a golden suit. Only the ladies can wear the Porian beret. Let's buy 2 of those. Can I afford 4 golden suits? Nope, just 3. We're going to just buy 2. Oh, I took off Taban's vest, is that right? But Taban's vest halves fire damage. That'll actually be useful later. Not right now, but the Taban's vest having fire damage will turn into something really useful later. Is this it? Nope. Buddy, you are. You heard about the magic cave? The one east of the Denadaro Mountains? I saw a sheer rock wall there part like a castle gate. Then a host of fiends strolled right in. Best leave Magus and his cronies to their own devices, though, lest you want trouble. It's a bit of a hint as to what to do. And now, Tata's house. My own son, the legendary hero. Seems I sired myself a champion. Can't say I truly see it, but I suppose I ought to question good fortune. Father of the hero. I like the ring of it. Where's his mom? My grandson is the great hero. That's from my side of the family. Yeah, nope. None of this is true. I think... yeah, okay, so I think what we have to do is go try to see Frog. The Cursed Woods. Gotta love all the, you know, the frog enemies in here. Good stuff. And you can see that one of them walked out of this bush. So if we go in the bush... who's there? Oop, it's Frog! Ah, Chrono! What brings you here? Come to practice your swordplay? Actually, what? His Majesty wounded? I see. There's naught I can do. Pray forgive me, but I'd like to be alone. Gonna take your other thing. I am no hero. There's naught I can do to help. Well, we'll see about that, buddy. We'll see. Ooh! Oh, stop that, you bad boy. Nope. Oh, see ya. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea if interacting with that new, like, matters. News are such a funny little thing in this game. Edible frog? Huh. I don't think it was called that in the original translation, so that's kind of funny. These things do not do much damage, given that they have a lot of health for no particular reason. I'm sure if I used magic, this would probably go faster, but it's like, why should I? That's funny. But look at that, like, that only did 14 damage. Oh! Oh! What the? Okay, that must have been the, like... That's the gimmick. I haven't fought this little group of enemies in so long. I think this is the only group of these enemies in the whole game. And they have their own gimmick where if you hit the Fangtooths, they'll kill the edible frogs by eating them to get health back. What? What a funny... Okay, so now... I'm trying to remember... Oh, wait, hold on. I think... Do we want to go up here now? Oh, I think we did. Yep, there he is. Ta-ta! Being chased away. I don't think this Ogun has his weapon, so he's weak as hell. Which is really funny, because of course Ta-ta was running away from him. There he is. This is a terrible place. You best run while you can. There's the threat. If we remember what we were told before... Not only does he do considerably more than 3 damage, if we hit him with fire, though... Oh, shit! And the weapon goes away. And now he's very weak. And now I can't remember for sure. Oops, go down. Do we just keep going because we encounter him again? What we can do about that? It's very comical just how weak the Ogans are if they don't have their hammers. One of the kind of funny things about what we're doing right now, and like the fact that I said the stream would be a little shorter, is that I forgot that guy was there. That was pure skill. I mean luck. I mean skill. I mean luck. Motherfucker. Just dropping out of the trees, I guess? Off the cliffside? Anyway, my point is, that my first skill and luck are the same thing if you pretend. Fucker, what am I trying to say? My words. We will be pretty soon upon my favorite first place to grind in the game. Which I know I said, like, oh, this game's not as grindy. We were talking about how, like, other games of the era and of the type were more grindy, blah, blah, blah. But I do like... There's a couple spots in this game where I will go out of my way to stop and grind. Not so much levels, but there's some good spots to grind TP for my bunghole. I mean, for learning techs. Here, we'll give that to him while we... As the ladies can't wear the golden helm, so whoops. I don't think that was a whoops. I think you can't avoid this fight. Oh yeah, I gotta remember, I don't need to use fire. Flamethrower also does fire. So we don't have to use as much of her MP as I've been using. But yeah, the cave that we will eventually open... Oh, sure. The cave we're gonna eventually open to go to... Shit. Stop. All of you stop. The cave that we're going to open up to go to fight Magus. There's a group of bats in that cave that for some reason they give 2 or 3 TP per bat, and they're perfectly weak to light to elements, right? Like magic. And there's like 5 or 6 of them in a group, and then another like 4 or 5 in a group or something. So every time you go through, you end up getting like 30-something TP, I think. We have to come back here later in the game for this guy. Because if we bring Frog with us, Frog will actually catch the thing he's throwing at us, and it'll turn out to be a special item that allows for a non-chrono triple tech. Which, all the triple techs in the game that don't have chrono a part of them require these special colored rocks to do. One of those things, I always kind of knew it, but I've never talked about it before. There's a lot of enemies in Chrono Trigger that just counter-attack every time they get hit. Which admittedly is like the game's way of trying to make you actually do big attacks and not just only use your normals all the time. Fiends aren't super resilient to physical attacks anymore, but they are still quite weak to magic, which is useful. Oops. Whatever. Let's see how this goes, I guess. Oh, yeah, no, that worked. Ah, the music's so good. Ooh, hydration, baby. Oh, one of the Gundam card packs I picked up, I pulled Domo and Gashu. The G Gundam units have a really cool gimmick in the card game. So I actually got the rare pilot-only version of Domon, which is nice, but there's a version of like all of the G Gundam pilots, or sorry, G fighters, that that are pilots and command cards. Command cards being, you know, like a spell, right? Like a sorcery. But what's cool is their commands are always like, the card name is like the name of their special attack, right? From the show. You know, Shining Finger, or whatever. And if you've got the command version of the pilot under their correct G-Fighter unit, whenever you attack, you get to do the command effect from the command half of their pilot card. So it's like, you know, they're attacking with their special attack every time. And even the Domon pilot I pulled, although it doesn't have a command, when you attack while he's paired to a unit, you can draw and discard. And if you discard a command card that is a G-Fighter command, you get to do the attack when you discard that card. Or you do the effect, I mean. And I just thought that's actually that's a pretty clever way to have the G-Fighter crew do, you know, have like their martial arts special attacks in the card game without making the individual units themselves like super busted. I just thought it was pretty cute. Also in that same pack, I pulled a rare Sandrock and Pilot Catcher Rababa Winter card. I was like, huh, I feel like this pack is trying to tell me something. Also really cool art of just a generic Leo unit card. Oops. That was... Oh! No, that's fine. I wanted to do that. I definitely remembered all these things. Hey! Oh, actually, no, that's... I was starting to talk about... the golden earring, the gold stud, you can steal later in the game. That is, like, the best thing in the game to steal. Because the gold and silver studs reduce the MP requirements for spells. So, that was a really good one. I'm glad that I accidentally remembered that. Silver earring. Yeah, not earrings, but the studs are MP reducers. They can't reduce anything to less than 1. To, like, clarify, you don't have free spells ever. Need a new card game to play. And this is why I like to play lots of different things, and not one thing over and over, because, yeah, you will get bored of even the most fun games. I've been playing some Gundam and Digimon, and an old defunct Mega Man card game, actually. But I'm super into, like, trying different card games and adding, like, pre-cons for random shit to my collection, so I can just bust out. I actually have an unopened... It's unopened. I have an unopened My Little Pony card game dual pre-con pack. You know, like starter. It's got 2 decks. So you can get started with a friend right away. And I still haven't opened it. I still need to do that. I need to try that game. If it's the one I'm remembering, I love it because the like premise of the game is who can like do the most helpful things around town or something. Like you win by doing more more helpful things around town than the other players. It's really like comical when you step back and think about it, but like, you know, they weren't gonna have it be fighting, right? And soft looking into flesh and blood. Yeah, I always hear that Flesh and Blood's really good. And I definitely love I've always loved card games where like you have a character card and you are that character, right? Flesh and Blood definitely gets played at my local place. I need to go there and like get a pre-con or two sometime. That's one of the ones I've definitely been meaning to add to the collection. Quiet, you'll ruin our ambush. That's so funny. Great ambush, guys. Yeah, I've heard Flesh and Blood's really good. It's mostly just because it's One Piece, but the One Piece card game is doing well for itself. I am genuinely happy to report that, like, the Digimon card game is legitimately just doing well. The card store I actually went to that I bought these packs at earlier today mentioned that, like, they get a lot. They get, like, pretty big turnouts for Digimon on the regular. Riftbound was supposedly doing well, but it's like, it's fucking League of Legends. I don't know. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a Star Wars card game that's currently doing all right for itself. Union Arena, if you like anime. But Union Arena is weird because you can't, like, apparently mix and match the anime cards. Like, if you have to play, like, you have to play a Bleach deck, or you have to play a Hunter x Hunter deck, or I've heard it's weird that way, but it's like, it still works, right? Like, it's still, people enjoy it for what it is, kind of thing. One I wanted to get my hands on, but unfortunately seems like it had a very small print run, is a mech, like an original mech IP called Chrono TCG. And it's kind of like Flesh and Blood in that way, where you have a pilot character that you are, and you have mech, like, you basically are actually piloting a mech, where, like, you have parts to your mech machine, and as you're playing through your deck, you can, like, upgrade your body parts and equip the mech with new weapons and stuff. Like, kind of what I was never expecting the Gundam TCG to be like that, but it's the sort of game that I would have essentially tried making if I made a mech TCG, where it's like, I like the idea of I'm piloting the robot, as opposed to, and like the deck represents me piloting the robot, as opposed to the way the Gundam TCG works, which is more, you know, classical. Mountains are so nice. This guy has always, this dude's always just been here. That's such a nice view. Mountains are nice. You really aren't gonna leave me alone, huh? Here, take this. Bug the fuzzy dude. Yeah, now he doesn't say anything else. Oh, we're about to get ourselves a fighty fight. So, let's see here. Power glove, magic scarf. Speed belt. I'm gonna replace her speed belt. Here, look at that. Even just the silver stud reduces MP use by 50%. The gold stud reduces MP use by fucking 75. Nuts. Love RPGs where the numbers are actually fucking, like, meaningful, you know what I mean? I was talking about how, like, the numbers in this game aren't big, and that's all fine and dandy. But what I really hate is, like, the current crop of games where everything's like, oh, get a 2% boost, get a 1% boost, ooh, get multiple 1.3% boost. Fuck you! Just get, like, make me work for one good item that gives me a fucking 25% boost. Christ on a shit. That's another reason I don't like fucking roguelikes. I blame them for that. Because everything has to be these tiny build-upon numbers. Ah! Golden suit. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, yeah. No, that was just a free golden suit. We'll just give that to Chrono. We are actually taking damage, by the way, from the little rocks that are being thrown at us. And then suddenly 3 Ogans, none of them have hammers. What a funny... Hey! Man, nope. I don't know if that's really... Oh, right. It's actually just a reaction check. You just gotta go. Weird. I'm the wind, whoosh. Hey, don't go up there. Did you come to take it? The Mazmune, I mean. Well, realistically, no. You didn't? You should hurry up and leave, then. But actually, yes, I am here for it. It's just, our characters shouldn't actually know why they're up here. Wait just a second, alright? Oh, big brother, where are you, Masa? I love the joke here. Because what usually happens in this situation, right? The little kid calls her the big brother, and the big brother's some, hulking monstrosity. Nope, just another little kid. What is it, Mune? Not again. Thought you'd make a name for yourself as hero by grabbing the Mazmune, did you? What a buffoon. Humans are all the same, aren't they? It's how you use the sword that's important, not just that you have the strongest one. Can't even understand something as simple as that. Guess that proves you're human. What should we do? The usual. Test them. Might as well give them the chance to entertain us for a while. Alright, here we go. Whoosh! Jesus. I actually have no idea if... I kind of don't even want to attack the other one at this point. Well, I think that just confuses, yeah. They still counterattack, though. I probably shouldn't use up too much MP right now. Not that I have to worry about that on Luca, but... Oh, shit. That's not good. This is only the first half of the fight, by the way. There we go. Hey, Masa. These ones are pretty tough. No one's lasted this long since Cyrus. What should we do? We fight them for real, of course. Alright, this is it. No more games. Masa's bravery. Mune's brains. We're unstoppable! Just occurred to me, maybe I shouldn't use lightning, actually? Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't even really do that much damage. Strong whirlwind energy. There it is. Wind slash. Get rid of that. Whirlwind energy dissipated. I like fights like this where being careful is like the real way to play. We don't want to go too crazy, because as soon as he starts storing that whirlwind energy, we want to get rid of it. And we keep the healer on standby. Ow. Hey. Yep, there it is. I was like, I could feel it. I feel a weakness coming on. Ow. Fortunately, as long as you never let him do the whirlwind thing, his damage output is not good enough to be a threat. Which in a way kind of makes sense, because, like, he's not really trying to... They say, like, oh, we're testing them for real this time, but, like, realistically, they're still only testing us, right? Like, the whole point is not that they're, like, evil monsters trying to kill us. They just aren't gonna let any random person take the Mazmian. Oops, oh, no, well, that was... Just started going to Whirlwind there for no particular reason. But he changed stances, so... Oh, okay, never mind. We'll do it. Oops! Oh no! Oh! Not that he doesn't, like, counterattack with the whirlwind energy, but that potentially could have meant that I let him do the attack. Hey! Ice, fire sword, ice sword, yeah! They beat us, Masa. That was fun. You think they'll fix us? Will they find our proper owner? Yeah, it'll be alright. I like how they just sort of walk into the sword, right? Because, of course, they are the sword. It's funny to me that in this game, the Mazmiun is not a katana, like it normally is in your Japanese stuff. Here, it's a straight blade, like a western straight blade. I've never... you know, actually, have I ever heard somebody say it out loud? I don't know. I like that, again, we don't have to walk all the way down the mountain. The game... Mune, okay. I think... Was I saying that at first? And then I just said Mazmiun? Okay, we got... I'm trying to remember... I think... Do we just need the half of the blade? It's funny, because you obviously saw that it had a handle. In that... While it was stuck in the ground. But then when it... When we got it, it was just like the... It was the tip of the blade. Like, what? Ah. Okay, we still can't... Okay. So now we have to go find... Tada. The little boy that everyone is claiming is the, Shit. I did it again. The little boy everyone's claiming is the hero. Weird. There we go. In general, in region type, you can break it up into... Despite your guys' little thing there, that is one of the few words I have not ever remembered how to pronounce effectively. I'm actually generally pretty good with pronouncing Japanese stuff. But that's one of those ones that I learned, like, so early in my life, but never heard anybody say. That just, you know, that, just reading it how it looks in English got stuck in my head. trying to remember what happens here. Do we just go to... Oh, not the Elder's house, sorry. What, Tata's house. Is it just this? Yes, okay. Because now we talk to... Come on, buddy. Forgive me. Truth be told, I plucked this badge from the floor of the tavern. Some besotted froggish fellow dropped it as he stumbled out. I thought to sell it, see, but then everyone started calling me the hero when they saw it, and, well, I didn't know what to do but go along with it. It's too much for me, this hero business. I've had enough. Here, you can have the badge. Well, what was I thinking? I knew it'd turn out to be something like this. I ought to have seen it sooner. Yeah, you weren't talking like that earlier, fucko. I don't know if this is true. But it always seemed to me that Tata's sprite was maybe meant to look like a Dragon Quest main character. And that there was a bit of a joke there about, like, you know, looking... the chosen hero being super little. You know, being a little kid or whatever. And it kind of makes you realize how, like, Chrono and crew are not meant to be that young. I think it's one of those things where they claim they're teenagers or something, but... there's clearly meant to be... They're meant to be more adult than is kind of really let on. Alright. Okay, buddy. Get your badge back. So you met the lad. There's not a thing I can do against the Fiend Lord. To fight him would require the legendary Mazmune, which is... No, it matters little. Even had I the blade, I've no right to wield it. Please leave me be. I don't know about that, buddy. A broken sword hilt. This is part of the Mazmune. It's engraved with archaic letters. I think I can make it out. Let's see. Melchoir. Melchoir? That guy from Medina Village? What does this mean, Chrono? It means we're gonna go talk to him. It's kind of funny, because at this point, you still can't... We can't, like, show Frog that we have both halves of the blade. But he's just like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's broken, nobody knows how to do a thing, everything sucks. He's being a little depressio Frog. But that's okay. We're about to this to me always felt like the McFucking detour of all detours in an RPG. I'm sure there have been worse. But remember, like, we came here... We fought on the bridge because the war is currently happening, right? And yeah, it's a time travel game, but... Things still... Like, the way time works in this game is that... The presence of... As in the present time of the different eras... Still seems to happen even when we're not there. Like, we don't keep returning... to a fixed point. We keep returning to our conception of the present. Otherwise, of course, like, we'd never be able to change anything, right? Not like really. Like, we'd never be able to... We wouldn't see the changes in the present eras when we're there. Which means that we're about to just sort of... leave 600 AD to its own shit, because we're about to go to 65 million BC. Because while Melchoir has the ability to fix the sword, what he does not have is the material to fix the sword. No, yeah, we're still got... It's not even 2. So we want to go to Medina Village. Where was it? Yeah, there we go. Because where can we get the stone? 65 million BC. And we have to do a whole, you know... a whole ass section of game and fight a boss and everything to get it. Oh, you're back again. Come to see my this sword. It's the Masamune. How did you get this? Why is your name engraved on it? That is a very long story. But that is the story you came to hear, is it not? Of course, tell us about the sword. Can you reforge it? I could, were it possible for us to get our hands on some of the Dreamstone from which the sword was made. Dreamstone? Where can we get that? It's nowhere to be found anymore. It was a glittering red stone once valued even more than gold. Unfortunately, that was long, long ago. Longer even than you could imagine. Well, let us just say I doubt you'll ever find any, but if you should, I'll be more than happy to repair the Masamune. Keep it with you until then. And we don't need to buy anything. It's kind of funny, because at this point, it's like, I don't know anymore. Like, maybe there's some NPC that tells us, hell, maybe we can just talk to the man at the end of time. We don't know who that is yet. We don't actually know who the man at the end of time actually is at the moment. He's just old man. Dreamstone? Yeah, I remember that word. It's an incredibly ancient mineral, if I recall. Have you considered searching for some in the prehistoric era? There we go. That's our... Come on. There we go. And that's our hint. Good thing he happened to already have a portal to the prehistoric. There we go. Now we're gonna... Ooh, we're gonna get a cutscene, an anime cutscene. Ooh. Those things, they're all green and scaly. What are those? Ooh, well, they're enemies now. Reptites are, and for some reason, the dinosaurs. What? The dinosaurs generally are weak to lightning, but I also think they're weaker to magic than they are to melee attacks. Oh yeah, that did. There's a whole thing with some dinosaur enemies later where we have to hit them with lightning to turn off their defenses. I like it. I like that there's a lot of little, like... It's technically a gimmick, but it's pretty, like, simple, you know? But it makes different, like, eras of enemies and different groups of enemies and stuff feel nicely unique. Where it's like, you know, you're not just going through the whole game just slobber-knocking everything with big stats. Nope. We're outnumbered. We were outnumbered before. It is really funny in hindsight that they show her using a club in the cutscene when the whole point of her character relative to the other characters is that she does not use weapons. Goodness, she's tough. Who is that? Whoop. We still gotta deal with our own shit, people. I like how you don't get money in the prehistoric era. You strong. What name? Chrono name. Good name. Me name? Me. Ayla. Me, Ayla. Ayla likes strong man, so Ayla like Chrono. Get away from her, Chrono. Looks like somebody has got a new run. You strong too. Ayla likes strong person. Man, woman, both like. Oh dear. I don't mean... I'm not... Chrono, where from? How can we explain? We're from way after the day after tomorrow. You funny. Ayla like funny person. It's no use. Right? You come village, talk and eat, dance, drink, fun. We'd love to go, but we're looking for some dream stone right now. Stone? Stone everywhere. Here, there, village. Ayla give you many, many stone. Ioka village this way. Follow Ayla. Just double checking for stuff, because you never know. Oh, here's the... Damn it. Damn it! Yeah, I was about to say, here's the motherfucker one. Ah. So you can run from battles in Chrono Trigger. I should note that's something you've never seen me do, and you will probably never see me do, not unless I get really stuck, and in a fight that I think I really can't win. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was, like, surprised upon a second or third playthrough when I realized you could run away. I think part of me was used to the idea of running is like a command you have to choose in the menu or whatever. But you hold down LR to run from battles. And of course, I didn't ever have a manual. Vivi and I were having a discussion about this some days ago. I never had a manual for the game because I was playing it on emulator. So I didn't know that you held LR to run from fights. Obtain horn, obtain pedal. There we go. Yeah, this is another one of those situations where technically you can kind of wander around a little bit, but there's no good reason for it. You uptight friend, I beat you up. Drink happy water. Reptite scales, cold blood, hard to beat. You wear funny skins. It doesn't seem to matter where we go, even in 600 AD. Everyone comments that our clothes look weird. There we go. Okay, this guy's the marketplace. Go hunting range. Get pedal, fang, horn, feather. When rain, rare monster come out. Rare one, good hunt. This trade house. You bring things, trade for new things. Trade. Trade your shiny stone? Oh.
I thought the other guy was the only one.
Weirdly, this guy will take our gold. but only because he sells only the like normal consumable items. Lightning stun dinosaur, you know. So this guy, you strange, have good stuff. No chief, no say. Okay, no can trade, not yet. But eventually we'll be trading those horn, petals, feathers, whatever the fourth one was. And there's definitely some stuff we want to get from them. Weapons and armor. Good, Chrono come. Night soon. Finish ready for party. Chrono this way. Actually don't know, can we... Oh, well, never mind. Listen, Ayla, we make new friend. Strongman Chrono. Chrono friend, Marley Luca. Ooga! Now, dance Bobonga. Chrono, eat, drink, dance, sing. I love this. Oh, should I or shouldn't I? She starts eating. Come on, Chrono, let's have fun. Everyone's dancing except this guy. You not Ioka person. Why Ayla give party? Strange. He doesn't like the outsiders. In fact, that little shit is the reason why anything happens here at all. I think I love this. I love this. Okay, so like not the oh god, what's it called? The fuck me. That whole like, does your piece of media feature more than one woman? Do two women ever interact in it? And do they talk about something other than a guy? The Bechdel test, thank you. Obviously, the Bechdel test is not, like, a comprehensive anything, but it's one of those, like, fast and dirty little, you think about it for a fucking second things. And that one moment right there, we literally get to see Marley and Luca wandering around on their own outside the player's control, and the first thing Marley does is go and talk it up with Ayla. Like, yeah, you could argue that there's no real dialogue. We don't know what they were talking about. But, like, the fact that a Super Nintendo game could have something as simple as that in and of itself is like, oh, look, these characters, like, have lives outside of just functioning as game pieces in the game is, it's worth noting, in my opinion. Chrono try drink? This only special time drink. Good drink. Named Skull Smash. Next day, Skull feel like smash. Ioka Village fight Reptite. Leader named Azala. Azala very smart. All in Ioka Village fight. No fight person go Laruba Village. Always run from Reptite, always hide. Not nowhere village. Azala want destroy Ioka, Laruba both. But Ayla no lose. Only when Ayla dead stop fighting. No more talk that. Today meet Chrono. Good day. Eat, drink, dance, sing. I love that Luca is just like eating. Just eating and drinking. Oops. She's fucking drunk. Sure. What's that? You a man or a mouse? Drink it in one gulp. Burp. I love that. This is wonderful, isn't it, Chrono? I think I'll dance too. Yeah. Chrono, red rock look for. This rock? Boom. Rare red rock. Have rock means strong person. Ayla most strong Ioka village, so Ayla rock. Chrono want? Chrono challenge Ayla. Win, Ayla give. Chrono challenge Ayla? Yes. Ayla go, get more Skull Smash. Party now, so drink. Chrono and Ayla have battle. Who drink more? Press A button many times. I've always been a pretty good button masher, so. Ooh, oh god. Missed some dialogue there. No more, Chrono. Ayla loose. Give rock. Chrono, drink good. The hell am Marley's jumping up and down, but we can't see the upper part of the jump sprite because it's above. So she just looks like she's glitching. So that's funny. Can I move the... There we go. See? Drink one more to strong, Chrono. Pour! Maybe too much drink. You do gotta love that this part of the story is we went to 65 million BC and got absolutely fucking shit-faced. Oh, my head. I did what last night? Liar. Oh, why does my head hurt like this? Morning, Chrono. Wasn't last night fun? The implication is that Marley didn't drink at all, but I like to think that actually she could just take the fucking skull smash better than everyone else, so she just doesn't have a hangover. It's gone. The gate key's gone. Yeah, we kind of need that. Oh. Get up. Oh, Chrono early awake. Oh. Ugh, too much skull smash. Sorry to wake you, but someone stole something important from us while we were asleep. What? Stole? Must be Reptite. Brr. Chrono, go with Ayla. We find bad Reptite. Who else come? I tell you what, we're gonna go silly, because we haven't had Robo in the party for a while. Let's bring out Robo. We're gonna go full melee. Maybe village person see. We go ask. Chrono, come. Come on. There we go. Sometimes the edges of the sprites for stuff like really catch on you. Oh, Misi Reptites come from meeting grounds. Go south forest maze. However, at this point, we can also go... Oh, that's the dactyl nest. That's not what I meant. Oh. Huh. Can we not? Or is it just this? There it is. We can go to the hunting range. If we beat stuff up in the hunting range, we get a pretty good excess of, two fangs, two feathers, two horns. Learn Cyclone Sweep. Yeah, we get a lot of the tradable items. So coming up in here and actually doing some grinding for that stuff. Ion Cloud? That's certainly a name. However, the real trick that's fine. The real trick about the hunting grounds is, you might have caught when I was reading the dialogue earlier, the one of the person says that when it rains, a rare monster will show up. Oh, yeah. So, rain. Now, I used to have a specific, like, path through this map when it was raining. I do not remember it right now. So, you know, my bad. Ah, damn. the best thing to... Oop. If you remember, I was talking before about the cave on the way to Magus being a good place to grind TP more so than experience. Well, oh, found him. So the new has 2 attacks, and only 2 attacks. One attack does 1 damage, and one attack does all but 1 of your HP. A result of this... Yep. There's a really funny aspect to the fight as a result. And that is, if you're at 1 HP and you get hit by the attack that puts you to 1 HP, it doesn't do anything. It can't kill you. But you never know when he's gonna do the one that does 1 HP. 240's 30 TP! This guy is the best way to grind TP in the entire game. And you get 3 of everything whenever you beat him. Oh, and the first time we beat him, he gives us a 3rd eye. I don't remember what that does. It's a 3rd eye doubles evasion, which is pretty cool, actually. What is she wearing? She's wearing a power scarf, which gives her more strength, which is good because that's like her thing. Well, actually, so Cure Beam costs 2. However, if we, since we're not using Luca at the moment, we could put her. We give the Silver Stud to Robo. And now Robo's Cure only takes 1 MP to cast. I don't remember... How did I think about it? See, I don't actually remember if the new can show up twice in a... twice in a visit, but that's like, when I say visit, I mean like we literally just need to leave and come back in. And the way I used to do this was just like, it was come in, and there was like a specific spot. I mean, was it right about here? We're just gonna wait a second because it'll always rain eventually. And the new only shows up in a few spots. This is admittedly the only part about trying to use the new for grinding is this whole waiting for it, and then he only appears in one of several, one of a handful of spots, etc. You'll see it eventually. It'll be really funny, because eventually he will hit one of us for 1 HP. But he does that attack the least of the two. But that's kind of like, it's funny because it lures you into a false sense of security. You're like, I'll just leave the characters at 1 HP, he keeps missing. Roundilo kick. Learn drill kick dual tech. We do have to remember to bring the girls in at some point with Ayla, so they can all learn their dual techs. Actually, that's a good question. Lightning 2, TP needed is 379. You only need 46 more for cat attack. And 48 more for robo tackle. So we definitely, let's do this. What time is it? 2:13. We're going to go ahead and do 2 more rounds with the new. Especially since I want a bunch of, I want the feathers and petals and etc. Because then we can trade those for some good stuff before we go after the reptites. Let's hope we don't blow it in terms of running into the new. The reason I'm waiting here, by the way, is one of the locations you can show up is on that upper platform. Nice and convenient, thank you. Yep. Alright, one more. It's interestingly, the characters you're not using, they do get experience at a reduced rate, but they do not get TP. So we do have to make sure to swap characters in and out eventually while doing TP grinding, which I'm really curious. Should I do TP grinding on stream? They must have stinky buttons. TP. Sausage. Hell yeah. And the rains. I brought the rains down in Africa. Yo, caught him. This is the last one. I might as well. Roundilo kick. And cleave. Oh, and she crit, which does more damage than her special. Cat attack, robo tackle, spin kick dual tech, thunder chomp dual tech. Okay. I'm hoping that's enough trading material. Give me 6. 3 each of 2 kind. I give you good strong thing. What you give me. Right. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. I hate this. This is the only thing I don't like about this whole trading thing. Trading thing is that there's no way to tell in-game what you're trading for. Ah, cables. I've got cables coming out of my butt. They're everywhere. Popular recent questions. Where do I go? Weird. Anyway, no guides. How about we're like just hoping somebody's just got maps and charts. Ow. Ow. Nope. Shit. Oh, man, I don't have to what to go. I don't want to have to go through like an entire guide looking for this one part of the game. God, nobody wrote a fucking like shops FAQ, so I could just tell me. I have returned with sausage. Very nice. Maybe somebody can help me find an actually quick reference for the trades. Actually, hold on. I am, once again, as ever, first and foremost, the superiorist. I have the original Nintendo Power, the Player's Guide. Oh, did you? We're gonna... I'm gonna use the book really quick. If it's like too awkward to use the book, then I'll... Oh, there's so much cool art and shit. Including the incorrect art from the cartridge cover where Marley's casting fire on Chrono's blade. Which is not the element she learns in the game. Because the art was made before everything got finalized. Okay, let's see here. Barter for items. Here we go. The locals don't use money. Instead, they're prepared to make trades using items such as horns and petals. Okay, so... Interesting. I didn't realize the shop actually changed later. I guess I did, actually, but, like, it didn't really... It never clicked. So, I don't know if I have enough of everything, but at the very least, we're going to grab all the weapons. Because we don't... We don't absolutely need the ruby vests yet. So, let's see here. Petal... And Fang gets us a ruby gun. Petal. And Horn gets us a Shaman's Bow, which was originally called Sage Bow, according to the book. Petal. Feather. Gets us a stone arm. Three Fang. 3 Horn. Mammoth Tusk. That was apparently originally called Flint Edge. But yeah, it's a new sword for Chrono. Alright, she doesn't... That's funny. Alright, then... Do I have enough for... Horn? Yes, okay. So I'm going to worry more about the helmets at the moment. So Horn, Feather, Stone Helm. And I want to double check this really quick. It's very amusing to me. Like, yes, gold isn't actually like a good, like an armor material, but it is very funny to me that the stone helm is stronger just like from a, you know, a video game logic standpoint. What was that? 3 Horn. There. Horn. Feather. Oh, right, she's already got a stone helm. What am I doing? Guess I'll give Marley the spare stone helm for now. Okay. Like, I can't really say is that I think I can miss something that I don't think is gone. Most modern strategy books I've ever bought have been plenty good. Like, just as good as the old ones, full of art and, you know, often new ones even often have lots more like behind the scenes and interviews and shit, seemingly. You know, it's funny. I don't think I've ever personally have run across a guidebook that was like very wrong, like, or at least like wrong a lot. Say now. Yeah, because Kino's the one who stole the stuff. Well, the thing. The one thing. Why take? Kino like Ayla best. Ayla will say like Chrono. Kino mad. Bam! Madam Ayla, violence is never the best solution. Kino know why Ayla hit. Ayla no like Kino. No! Ayla like Kino best. So Ayla no want Kino do bad thing. Bad thing not good. People die when they are killed. Give thing back, Chrono. The Reptites actually did take it. I picked up it's not like, okay, to be fair, it's not a super modern strategy book, but and Matt, you remember when you were the last time you were visiting and we found a guidebook for piss. Operation Darkness for the 360, which is if you don't know it, is a very zany, conceptually zany game. But we get to kill Nazis in it, like a lot. So I've been wanting to play it. And that guide was full of interview shit with the creators. They had all sorts of neat behind the scenes info that the devs got to talk about in the book, and lots of, you know, what was the inspiration for this, that, and the other, and it was a really good. Is it a good book in terms of being a strategy guide? I have no idea right now. But we'll bust that shit out while we're playing the game. Ooh. What's up? Hit me with the triple asterisks. Actually, 3. Is that just because that's what it genericizes swearing to in stream chat? Oh! Wow, nobody's made a clip of me in a long time. I think. Admittedly, I don't, like, check very often, so... Guidebook for piss. Right. That's my, whenever I can't remember stuff, I'm just like, fuck. Just say angry word. I'll say this. There is a benefit. I'm trying to keep it old school by having the menu be up on the main screen, but that's actually a toggleable option in the DS version. We could actually just move the combat menu to the bottom screen and leave the top screen uncluttered during fights. And there were lots of times in Chrono Trigger where I was like really annoyed because it felt like there was no good place to put the main menu. Like it was always covering up something in the fight. Defense lowered by electric shock. There's the thing. Oh, right, that was you. Of course, there's just a Chrono Trigger, like a comprehensive Chrono Trigger website. I don't know what I was doing. I'm really bad about that sort of thing, with one exception. With one exception. A one Williams years ago, when I was first playing Terranigma, I found a fan-made website that was just like a, you know, a comprehensive, here's all the Terranigma stuff. And years like that site still exists, is what I'm getting at. That site actually still exists. And insanely, it has a piece of fan art I drew that I sent in of the main character arc. As far as I know, that website is still there. That website was what made me... I often... In my head, I often talk about how much I love Terranigma. It was definitely... I was torn between that and Chrono Trigger for this whole thing I'm doing right now, right? And, God, I might still play it anyway, just because I love it so much. Sorry, what am I trying to say? But when I first played Terranigma, I got stuck in the first dungeon and stopped playing. And it was after, like, I was just wandering the internet one day and I found that fan website. And I was like, oh, let's look at the guide. And I was just like, that's what I was, oh my god, I feel like, and I immediately booted the ROM up. And went and checked it for myself and was just like, that was definitely one of the, like, earliest memories I have of just being so annoyed with myself at being so utterly, like, blind about something in a game. Don't actually know that one, so it'd be cool to see. Oh god, I love Terranigma so much. That's There's no reason not to. I might as well just replay it after we've replayed Chrono Trigger. It's funny, too, because it was because of Chrono Trigger that somebody recommended Terranigma to me. Which is funny because, in hindsight, like, the two things don't really have a lot to do with one another. Terranigma is an action RPG. It's the third game in the Soul Blazer trilogy. Or what Japan refers to as the Rebirth trilogy. Uh-oh. Oh, it's right there, Jason. Come on, man. You know, it's not like it's not a time-traveling storyline. So, well, it's a story about time, I suppose, in the sense that it's about history and the progress of the world. Sorry, I think I just saved twice because I was uncertain. I think the main thing that the person who told me about it was, like, had going in their head is the fact that the graphics are similar-ish. Man, that is a sound effect. Boo. Oh, we have to fight them to leave. Nice. But I'm so extremely glad that that random Funkoland employee, yes, Funkoland, before GameStop bought every fucking game store and ruined them. When it was a Funkoland, I went in one day, and it's really funny because, like, this is one of those, like, crazy... It's so lucky this series of events occurred. They weren't, like, really close together, but I've mentioned before that I used to hate JRPGs. But friends of mine in middle school managed to convince me to at least play and like they tried everything on me. Final Fantasy VI, you know, Dragon Quest. Damn. They tried all the, like, big ones. And they finally were like, please at least play Chrono Trigger, like, for us. And so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll try it. And it changed my life because it completely changed my mind. It completely 180'd my opinion about JRPGs. Chrono Trigger was the game that proved to me that this was a fun genre that could do, like, everything, practically. And I've been a lover of the genre ever since. And it was because of this game. And one day I go into Funkoland, and the employee I'm chit-chatting with is like, oh, you've played Chrono Trigger, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, if you like Chrono Trigger, you should try this game, Terranigma. You know how to emulate, right? And I was like, yeah, I know how to emulate. It was okay, because this wasn't released in the States. So you're probably gonna have to emulate it, but it was released in Europe, so it's in English. It's in sometimes questionable English, but It's one of those things where I couldn't... Chrono Trigger's original translation and this translation are both... They're so close to each other that it just doesn't bother me. Like, I can't even... I don't even notice most of the dialogue differences because it's so minor. This is just like a cleaned up version of the original English script. Like I said before, like the biggest thing really is the biggest thing really is just the, like, Frog doesn't speak in the old-timey these and thous. And some of the, you know, like, some of the item names have been changed to protect the innocent. But overall, like, it's not really a big deal. Will the game even let me leave without fighting him? Oh, it did! Son of a bitch! I did not want to be back here. Well, I don't know. I kind of did. Alright, come on, buddy. Do the thing again. Come on. There we go. All that for a mid-ether. Sorry, I super lost my train of thought. What was I saying? What a great streamer, man. Trying to talk about like 17 things at once all the fucking time. Or running off on tangents like endlessly. Right, yeah, I don't know. Like, I suggested that, and I was just like, yeah, that sounds great. So I went home, and I found a ROM, and Right, the translation. Like... I know it's not a great translation, but... it's just one of those things, you know? I've lived with that translation for so long. And it's the only official translation, not that official means good. But yeah, I would have a very hard time not using You say that, but like, I don't know. What was so bad about it? Like, sure, it's one of those things, if you, like, know the Japanese, and apparently the English version is just, like, they just change stuff. but the actual experience playing the game wasn't like full of well, at least not the amount of the game that I played, to be fair. I haven't played through the whole game, but oh, look at these motherfuckers. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, that's the... Oh, come on! How are you not dead? I was about to say, that's the biggest damage we've done all game. Oh, come on! Don't. Putting people to sleep. I also just have a weird relationship with the whole with translation work because, well, my age, for starters. But also, like, I've been through the rounds of the same people who act like such uptight purists about wanting the best, most accurate translations, and then seeing them translate stuff and fuck it up. And not fuck it up because they didn't know what they were doing. Literally just because they wanted to make their own personal decisions about what something was supposed to be translated as, and it was just wrong. And that's in actually one of the, like, better known fan-translated things that's ever been done. Well, not that's ever been... There's a lot of big projects that's been happening lately, but one of the big original ones from back in the day, the big fan translation of Super Robot Wars J on the Game Boy Advance, which is otherwise very, very good, has, for me, someone who knows, one standout really shit translation decision they made that really pisses me the fuck off. Yeah, I believe that tracks. So the hairless apes arrive. On these new ones appear cut from a finer cloth than Ayla. Perfect. This should make things easier. Tell me, apes, what is the purpose of this device? Tell Azala about the gate key. Yeah, sure. Lies! Do you take me for a fool? No one would talk so easily if that were true. But perhaps this might loosen your tongues. Come, Nisbel! Something that's not very obvious, because there's only like one time when Azala is referred to without their name, is that Azala's a woman. Like, you can't tell that visually with the reptites, right? But we do learn that Azala, their leader, is a female reptite. Here, you know what? 50 is not a lot, but... Shit. Oh! Balls. Unless your Elder Scrolls with the whole Argonian boobs thing, I guess. Hey, I have that copy of the Lusty Argonian made for purely, sentimental reasons. Shit! I think it's funny that Ayla's heal is called Kiss, and she can apparently kiss herself to heal? Does that mean that she is, like, just has an infinite capacity to regenerate herself by kissing her own wounds? I guess? Fuck me! God damn it, I'm just using mid-post. I don't mean to be doing that. That's not the thing I keep meaning to do. Ah, whatever, at least I had some. Here, I'm gonna wait for him to... Yeah. Wow, I actually have quite a few mid-potions for some reason. Excuse me. Wait, does that mean... I'm gonna do this just because, but... Yep, that didn't do shit. Oh boy, okay. So... This is actually not... Okay, hold on. You kiss yourself. You cure beam yourself. You mid-potion yourself, even though you don't need that much healing, but... I want to set everyone up so that I can hit this guy with lightning, and then when he electric shocks us back, I don't get absolutely torn asunder. Yes, because you keep doing this and minorly lowering my HP, which is really annoying. Pretty sure he's almost dead. I don't know if... It might help delay his turn or something. Damn it. Hopefully... God, this guy has to be dead soon, surely. Holy... There we go. A steam frame? What is that? 50 godzillion. $1 Williams. The apes beat Nisbel. Give thing back Chrono now. Very well. You've won today, but know that we reptites are the rulers of this world. We'll not surrender it to you filthy apes. No damage detected. The gate key appears operational. Azala, come anytime. Ayla, no. Ugh. She just fucking hurled. Because she's been doing all of this with a fucking hangover. Steam's upcoming standalone VR headset with built-in 6 gigahertz wireless connection and dongle. Oh, interesting. Robo Marley too. Actually, nope, that was the wrong menu. Let's see here. Lightning 2, 235. Protect 193. Haste 187. We definitely want to learn Lightning 2 before we fight Magus. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to come back. That was the wrong button. We're gonna have to come back. I swear it's possible. I swear it's possible to get through that. It'll be running SteamOS for native gaming. We fully Linux compatible by nature, but really running Linux. I had to get rid of my VR kit a while back due to lack of release support. That's fair. I've never once had a VR headset. My dad has one. He, I don't know if he still uses it a lot. He was using it for, like, exercise stuff. I think he still uses it for that. Yeah, that was... I think that was one of the things he even had installed, was Beat Saber. Yeah, I think Truce Canyon is still the closest way to get to Frog. Okay. What we're gonna do to end today's stream... We're gonna go get Frog. We're gonna... Nope, I'm in the... Nope, hold on. No, I did the wrong thing. I went to the wrong place. Melchior has to rebuild the sword. Fiddle faddle. Melchior has to rebuild the sword first. Then... We'll take, after that, we'll take the sword to Frog. I think we have to go open up the cave? We maybe have to. At the very least, I suppose we can do it. I'm not, like, starved for time yet. And that's where we'll stop, though. Like, we'll open up the cave, and then we'll save. Gotta get the sharp, stabby, cutty stick. That's correct. I do love... You truly found Dreamstone. Yeah, so that will do quite nicely. With that, I can make the blade whole again. But first the Masamune, now this Dreamstone? How in the world did you... No. I suppose it does not matter. Make yourselves at home. This will take some time. Because he knows. He knows so much more than he's letting on. It's one of those things I love dearly. He was at the fair in the beginning of the game Just a swordsmith selling wares. And he's going to turn out to be one of the most important characters in the whole story. Of course, the Dreamstone must be refined if we are to repair the Masamune. But that is not all. The blade itself must be activated as well. You work on the Dreamstone, I will take care of the sword. Okay. Fear not, the great Luca knows her way around a workshop. I love that, like, we can just run around and do it. That's something something else I, like, never really thought about, but I love so much about Chrono Trigger. There's a lot of moments that are effectively cutscenes, but you can just walk around and, like, talk to characters and shit. Like, it doesn't do anything. If anything, it slows the scene down, but, you know. It's so much fun that you're not just sitting there ramrod pressing through the dialogue, right? Even just a little bit of freedom like this goes a long way to making a game feel more tactile? I don't know, like... just more malleable, you know, more... just less rigid, I guess. I don't... that's the thing, I don't... immersive, maybe? It certainly depends. That's the same sword we gave you? If you were expecting lesser work, you shouldn't have come to me. Okay, Chrono, let's take the Masamune to Frog. Yeah, like, maybe immersive, but, like, just kind of, like... just less rigid, you know, is really all I can think to explain it as. A lot of... and that's one of the things that definitely a lot of people don't like about JRPGs. They can feel really rigid when you're playing them. No matter how good the combat actually is, right? No matter how good the story is, if you feel like you're just pressing A, and that's mostly it, you know, you start to fall out. Like, which I suppose is like an immerse thing, but like, you fall out of like, not so much being immersed like in the narrative or whatever like that, but like, you literally just, it gets boring, right? Like, you just sort of feel like, you know, I could be doing something else. But when the more little details there are, the more little, like... I remember seeing a YouTube video. I didn't watch it, because I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube videos where people try to analyze games, because I feel like that is not a skill as many people have as people who have YouTube videos trying to do it. But the thumbnail and title together was like, useless things in games that make them good. Like, that make them great, even. And they had a picture, in the thumbnail, there was a picture of Melinoe from Hades 2. And specifically, I feel like they also had her pet frog somewhere in the picture. And, like, the implication to me was that at least one of the examples they were going to use is the fact that you can, like, go talk to the frog. And the frog can't talk. It's just a frog. But she talks to it. Right? Like, she just has little things she says and she pets it. You know, like an actual pet owner. And it's totally useless from a, like, pragmatic, like a functional... It doesn't do anything, right? You don't learn any lore. You don't get an item. You know, it doesn't even factor into the fact that you can take the frog with you. Right? But it makes the game better. And it's kind of the Super Nintendo equivalent of that. The fact that he does do, like, the surprise jump when you set the sword down. I must ponder this turn of events. You may remain here for the night. Sometimes reading dialogue is hard. Ah, yes. Flashback. Cyrus, you're leaving, aren't you? I am. It's long past time we reclaimed the badge from the Frog King, and I need to see that sword with my own eyes. Cyrus, this kingdom has need of you. Leon and I need you as well. See that you return. As long as there is life in these bones, I shall, come what may. Well then, by your leave. Yeah, no, I know what time it is. I'm keeping an eye on things. Sir Cyrus. Yeah, maybe you weren't here, but I was already talking about, like, we're gonna do this where we give Frog the sword. We're gonna go open up the cave, and then that's when we're gonna stop. On behalf of the knighthood, we wish you a safe journey and Godspeed. My brothers. I trust the kingdom's protection to you. See that she is kept safe from her enemies. Oh, who's this little guy? Pardon the delay. Let us be on our way. Glenn, you be careful too. Be well, your majesty. I'm not the only character in the game with green hair. Wonder what that can mean. Yeah, no, I knew you were going to be in and out. That's why I was saying that, like, oh, I mentioned a thing. Maybe you weren't there. Oh, the Frog King. I love this. So, you actually do get to fight the Frog King in the DS version of the game. Not right here, but in the post-game stuff. They actually made this a boss fight. So, you seek the hero's badge, Knight of the Kingdom of Men. Come and take it then, if you can. That is what I mean to do. Nirvana strike! Ah, I'm beaten! Filthy badge, do not think I'll forget this. There we go. Maybe a better croak that time. And here's where it all fell apart. Glenn, watch out! Cyrus, your sword! The Masamune! And our first look at the big guy. Not the best you can do. Without your sword, you're nothing. You've not bested me yet. Cyrus, I'm done for. Listen to me, Glenn. I will hold them here. Use that chance to escape. But stay and they'll only kill us both. Go, Glenn. Hadn't you better worry about yourself, Cyrus? I do not think you've the time to be concerned with the well-being of others. This is it, Glenn. Go! Ah! And he's dead. Glenn sure did a good job not wasting his sacrifice. Run, Glenn. The Queen. Take care of Queen Leon, I beg. Cyrus! Because it's just the map we're on, there's that rainbow on the waterfall. Feels like it's killing the mood a little. What's the matter? You're not going to try your luck? Like a scared little frog with no pond to jump into. How about it, Lord Magus? Can't you give him a more fitting form? Very well. No act of defiance goes unpunished. That's more like it, you spineless wimp. I think I slightly lost the voice I was doing for Ozzy there, but 10 long years have passed. Have I the strength? Oh, Cyrus. Awaken, Chrono. Chrono gets told to wake up a lot in this game. I do not know how far my skills will carry me, but I will put them to the test. Let us go to Magus's keep. His strength is no small thing. Do you understand the odds we face? Nothing can beat science. The good guys always win. Oh, Frog Steam is so good. God damn it. I just want to leave the area. Learned Frog Launcher. Learned Triple Attack, Triple Tack. Our first triple tech of the game. Alright, we're gonna do this in this order because I say so. Lest we forget. We need to take Frog to the end of time so he can learn magic. It's a bit too old and small for me now, but one of my favorite print shirts I have is Chrono and Frog doing X Strike together. Now there's a weird fellow. Looks like his power is water. And a frog. Who'd have guessed? Ipso facto minimo magico! Robot cannot learn magic. Frog learned to use magic. Robo's over there being depressed. So, all fortified with magic. Want to try it out? Nope. You're making any new friends? You bring them to see me. Here, I like you guys. It's kind of funny, because the only two other characters we're ever going to be able to bring here are Ayla, who cannot learn magic, and Magus, who super already knows it. I don't even know that, I think Specchio just kind of is like, he shadow magic, like, he uses magic already. I don't know what you want me to do. Here, I've titled him. And it doesn't even matter in this version of the game, because we don't have the elemental titles underneath the character portraits in the menu anymore, because the menu is completely different in the DS version. Learned Bubble Breath Dual Tech. Learned Sword Stream Dual Tech. And one of my other... I'm saying this a little early before we make the walk over there, but one of my favorite moments, or one of my favorite subtle things in the game, happens here. Except, I don't know that we get to see it, because we're going to get an anime cutscene for this, but I think they show us generally the whole... both the original and we get the cutscene. real little kids have purple hair. Oh no, it's Cyrus. Run. Thank you. Glenn, there are times when a man must stand and face the things that trouble him. But it hurts to be hit. I can't hurt another. Not even them. You're too soft, Glenn. I kind of miss in the Super Nintendo translation. He says, "You're a marshmallow, Glenn." Sounds a bit more endearing. Endearing, not enduring. I snuck a U in there. Glenn decided to join the knighthood. I thought as much. You'll be a fine knight, I'm sure of it. Won't you come with me? I cannot. But why? You're a better sword than I. You always have been. I haven't the nerve it takes to be a knight. In a real battle, the fear would take me. Glenn was the only person who could actually appreciate what that badge meant. Oh, so in the original translation, he just says like, "Chrono, give me the sword." The Masamune, if you please. But what does Chrono do? He shoves it in the ground. It's almost like a challenge. Like, okay, you have to take it. Like, I'm not just gonna hand it to you. You have to pull that up yourself with your strength. My name is Glenn. Long have I carried Cyrus's hopes and dreams, and now I bear the Masamune as well. Henceforth I claim them as my own. I shall slay the Fiend Lord Maggots and restore our honor. And we get to see the original. Yeah, I really appreciate that the anime cutscenes did not replace the in-game scenes. And we immediately leave. All right. Like I said, that'll be the stopping point for now. It's it's just past 3:20. I'm expecting my friend pretty soon. So, I don't know that they'll be streaming later because the intention was that to hanging out on Friday when he doesn't have to work Saturday, so he can stay really late as late as he wants. So, I will be back at least some point tomorrow. I'm hanging out with another friend tomorrow for a bit, but most likely that'll be like the middle of the day, and then I'll be able to stream all evening. So, everybody else have a good day as well, and I will see you all in Discord later.